Hey guys, Alan Watson here at Golf Plus in Dothan. Today we're talking about Loft and Lie. We're talking about the importance of getting the Loft and Lie checked on your clubs, and then of course how we do it here on our Mitchell Steel Club machine. Today I've got one of my personal wedges. This is a Titleist Evoke TVD designed wedge, so it's a pretty soft metal. Going to be pretty easy to bend, no problem at all. You know, that's one of the common misconceptions about Loft and Lie. You'll hear people say things like, well, my clubs are cast, so they can't be bent at all, or my clubs are forged, so they're really easy to bend. Neither of those statements is totally accurate. Of course, forged clubs are easier to bend than cast clubs, but cast clubs can usually be bent at least 2 degrees, sometimes 3 or 4, depending on the metal, how soft it is, and how it's designed in terms of the hosel and whatnot. So with this wedge, it's going to be pretty easy, but the first step in any Loft and Lie adjustment is to check and get our baseline numbers. So the first thing I would do if somebody brought me this wedge and said, hey, I need to check and make sure this is right, I'd put it in my machine here. So I've got my Mitchell Steel Club machine. I'm going to adjust everything to get right, and we'll show you what that looks like on some close-up shots here in just a second on the video, either with photography or video. I'm going to set the machine. Obviously, I want to make sure that my grooves are perfectly straight. You can't see that right now, but you will in a second. If my grooves aren't straight and the club's sitting wonky in the machine, then obviously I'm not going to get an accurate reading. This is a 52-degree wedge, and apparently at some point it got bent because it's actually measuring 53.5 degrees. And let's check that lie angle. A lie angle on a standard wedge should be 64 degrees, although for different reasons it could be different. Now this one's set at 62 because I'm only 5'8", and I typically have my wedges adjusted flat for the way that I swing. So I like the lie angle fine. I'm not going to adjust it, but I am going to fix the loft back to standard 52. So I've got my club locked into the machine here, and going to get my bending bar, set myself nice and square to the line so that I don't adjust the lie angle, and then I'm just going to give it a nice little push. Let's see how that did. Yep, perfect, right on 52, and my lie angle did not change, so I'm still good there. So that's a quick, easy adjustment. In our shop, that only costs $5 for us to do that, and we will check your clubs for free. Okay, so I've showed you how we actually bend the clubs in the Loft and Lie machine, but how do we determine why we should bend the club, or whether there's a reason to bend it, basically? Well, we're going to use a little bit of tape here, and we're going to put that on the sole of the golf club here. We're going to line that up evenly, and if we put that across, it's going to allow us to mark the tape and see whether we're hitting it on the heel, the center, the toe, whatever. I've got a strike board over here. It's just a piece of plastic with a little dimple in it that the golf ball fits into. Obviously outdoors we would be looking at divot pattern and how toe or heel deep the divot is, but at the same time that's a little bit hard to determine over and over again. With this, I've got a nice smooth surface, so my tape's definitely going to mark. So I'm just going to take a normal 80% power swing. And as you see on the tape there, I've marked it in the dead center of the golf club. That's what I want to see. Had I seen a lot on the toe, that would mean that we need to bend it more upright. Had I seen it towards the heel, that would mean that we need to flatten the golf club. But because this club is mine, and because it's already been adjusted for me, that's why it actually came out with the correct strike. The other way to tell, and this is a little bit harder, but once you play with the club for a while, you should start to see some wear patterns in it. Mine is about the size of a nickel right in the middle of the club head. So that's a good indicator that the club is soling correctly at impact and that I'm striking the ball consistently in the middle. If I started to see some wear way out on the toe or the heel, then that would be an indicator that the lie angle is not correct for me. All right, guys, so let's talk about why lie angle is so important. If I had tested this club and seen that I was hitting it on the toe or the heel, or if I have a customer that comes in and they consistently say to me, I hit the ball, it goes pretty straight, and then all of a sudden it just sort of falls off to the right, or I'm consistently missing to the left side of the pin, that's usually a good indicator that the lie angle's not right. And how we know the line angle's not right, not just from testing, but you see the divot pattern, like I said, it might be toe deep or heel deep. You'll see the wear from the tape or on the face. What happens is when that club goes into the ground, toe first, right? So if I swing and I cause the toe to come in because either the shaft's not correct, or even if I've been properly fitted, but the line angle's not right, if the toe catches, the club face does this number, right? So it kind of closes down, or in this case actually opens up and causes the ball for a right-handed golfer to go out to the right if I'm catching too much toe. If I'm catching too much heel, we use the phrase shuts the door. So the heel grabs, that toe does that and causes the face to close. Ball's going to go to the left. Stay tuned for more videos from Golf Plus in Dothan. Subscribe to our channel. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and also know that we've got more stuff coming. Another video related to this series, really the second part, all about loft and loft gapping. We've got some product launch videos coming up with some new lines and some driver comparison videos as well. So check us out. We appreciate your time.